Hey guys, welcome back to the ATV channel. Today we're working on the E34 525i. We have a starter issue. I'll show you in a second. So yeah, we've got a starter issue. Basically the car, when you crank it, it clicks a few times, and then if you keep trying to crank it, it clicks, and then eventually it'll start. We've isolated it to the starter motor, and this is just a simple video of how to take out a E34 525i starter motor. I'll show you the process of how to do it, what bolts to take off, and basically just a little guide of how to do it. Stay tuned guys. As you can see there guys, the E34 is struggling to start. I have a feeling it's a sticky solenoid, so yeah, let's get cracking. Let's take the starter motor out. One thing that made me think it wasn't the solenoid is that I could jump it, but we took the solenoid and the starter out anyway, as it was intermittent. First things first guys, gotta remove the battery. So I'm gonna disconnect the negative terminal, 13mm. Nice and easy. This is actually just a temporary battery. It's a very small battery, but it's because the original was dead, so I just had a spare battery lying around, so I'm using that one for now. Just to give you guys an idea of how it's done, so I'm going to disconnect all these bolts here. I think they're 13mm. And then these wires here, there's one at the top and one at the bottom. I believe they are 10mm. And then you have two bell housing bolts. Let's see if I can point them out to you. One is here and one is just, I don't know if you can see it, literally right there. So yeah, what I'll do is I will first take out the electrical connectors first, and then I'll take out the bell housing bolts. First one I'm going to do is take these electrical connections off. I believe that's the positive. So yeah, take this connector off, that's the positive, and then I'm gonna go on to taking these little connections off. I believe there would be a 8mm. Got an 8mm. Let's try that. If you're enjoying the video so far, be sure to like and subscribe and drop a comment below. Once you've got it undone, you can kind of do about the rest of it by hand. Make sure you don't lose the washer. There we go, that's that connection off. And then there is one cheeky one underneath, which I will take off, and because it's a bit difficult to get the camera down there, I'll take that off and show you guys once it's done. Right, as you can see, I've taken that loom off completely. The bottom wire was actually a 10mm, and I found it easier just to use a socket, a 10mm socket with a ratchet. And the top one was actually a 8mm, and then the positive was on the 13mm. So your choice. You can either use spanners, but I found that it was easy to use a ratchet socket. Now the next bit that I'm going to do is remove the main bolts. So you can see one right there goes right through with a bolt on the end of it, and then the second one is down there. So that's what I'm going to do next, and then that is in effect all it is, just to take the starter motor out of this E34. I'm going to attack those bolts and then show you once it's out. Right, the best way to get that nut off there I found was using a 1/2" ratchet with a 16mm. I literally got it in there and just started undoing it, and it became loose, and now it's probably loose enough to undo by hand. Literally undo it by hand now. So yeah, I'm going to continue doing that, and I'll show you guys. Right, with the bottom one, I found it easier just to use a 16mm ratchet spanner. It's just easier to get under there, and I've started undoing it, and as you can see, the starter motor is already getting loose. Yeah, I just got to undo it by hand. And this should just pull out. There we go. There's our starter motor. As you can see, there's a new solenoid on this, and there's a reason for that. We actually had this taken to a repair shop, and they changed the solenoid on it. Unfortunately, it's still not behaving, so I got a feeling he's put a faulty solenoid on there. So yeah, we're going to send it back to him and get him to check it out and see what's wrong with it. And there you go, guys. Fairly easy to take the starter motor out. Just to recap, the bolts, it was one 8mm, one 10mm, one 13mm, and two 16mm, and the other side of the bolt was a E12. So the bell housing side, that side is E12. I didn't even need to put one on there because I could just undo this side, and it became loose enough to undo by hand, and literally I took it out by hand. So yeah, that's it. Fairly simple, guys. I took the starter motor to the repair shop. I got him to replace the solenoid and bench test it. So here's a video of that. So there we go, guys. The starter is fixed. Putting it back is just a reverse process. It's very easy. Thank you for joining us on the ATB channel. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and follow us for the next episode.